Where else could an international pasta story start but Italy? I'm making Conchiglie al Forno, and it actually comes from a restaurant in Providence, Rhode Island. So first I need 6 tablespoons of butter. This is a baked pasta. Actually, Al Forno restaurant, which is owned by my friends George German and Johanne Killeen, are famous for 2 things, baked pastas and grilled pizzas. Oh my God, they're so delicious. And Johanne gave me this recipe that has shiitake mushrooms and radicchio baked into it, and lots of cheese. So I've got 6 ounces of shiitake mushrooms. I'm just gonna take the stems off, because they're a little tougher, and just slice them 1/4 inch thick. Now, Al Forno is one of those restaurants that was nominated for a James Beard Award, along with all these incredible fancy French restaurants. And it's really not fancy at all. It's just all kinds of delicious pastas and pizzas and really simple Italian food. Actually, chefs from all over the world make pilgrimages to Al Forno because it's so wonderful. Okay, so butter's melted. I'm just gonna put the shiitake mushrooms in. I wanna use some kind of really flavorful mushroom, not the white button mushrooms. They don't have that much flavor. Shiitakes have great sort of meaty flavor. I just need 1/4 teaspoon of salt in the shiitake, bring out their flavor. Let's give it a toss. Okay, next, the cheeses. George and Joe use lots of different kinds of cheeses in lots of combinations, and it's to give depth of flavor and creaminess. So this recipe has 1/2 cup of Parmesan, freshly grated really makes a difference. 1/2 cup of Gorgonzola, which gives a real piquant flavor to it. Just crumble it in. When the hot pasta goes in, it's all gonna melt together. The wonderful thing about these pasta dishes is you can make the whole thing in advance, assemble it, put it in their baking dishes, and then put it in the fridge and just bake it before dinner. So it's great for entertaining. The next cheese is fontina, good Italian fontina. It has great flavor and it melts really well. So just need a grater, just about 1/2 cup of grated fontina. I love fontina, it's fantastic in all kinds of baked pastas. Okay, so I need about 1/2 cup, just about right there. Can never put too much cheese in, right? Okay, next the pasta. So what Johanne uses for this is conchiglie rigate, and what they are is shells. They're large shells, and the rigate means they have ridges, so they really stand up to the sauce. So into a big pot of boiling water, lots of salt, and those are gonna cook for like 4 minutes. They're actually underdone because later I'm gonna bake them. Okay, what's next? Radicchio. So this recipe has radicchio in it, it's shredded, kind of like the way you would make like a coleslaw. And I need 2 cups of radicchio, which is like 1 large head or 2 small ones. Just gonna shred it. And the great thing about this is it's really a lettuce, so you don't even have to cook it in advance because when the pasta is baked, it just wilts. And it really flavors it, that sort of bitter flavor, it's just delicious. Okay, so that's about 2 cups of radicchio. Okay, right into the bowl. So I'm making a huge mix, and then I'm gonna put the pasta in it, and then put it in its baking dishes. Next is 6 sage leaves. These are really strong, so you don't wanna use too many. Actually, Johanne says if you don't wanna use sage, because a lot of people don't like sage, you can use tarragon or rosemary, any kind of a fresh herb, but it has to be fresh. So give it a big julienne like that, and just toss it in. Okay, next is 2 teaspoons of ricotta. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it really sort of binds it and makes it creamy. Just put it right into the bowl. I like recipes where you collect everything in one bowl. 2½ cups of cream. Now this is gonna be good. And then the shiitake mushrooms. Oh, they're perfectly done. Just slightly brown, just tender all the way through. Look how great those look. Just toss it right in. Fantastic. Oh, this smells great. Four minutes, it's time to drain the pasta. Oh, big pot of pasta. Whoa. Okay, this is gonna go right into the bowl. And a big stir. I need a bigger spoon for this. I'm just gonna stir this all together, and then it goes into dishes to go into the oven. Wow, doesn't this look fantastic? I mean, who wouldn't want to have this for dinner? Oh, okay, into the baking dish. So these are individual gratin dishes. You can get them anywhere. So you just spoon in pasta. Doesn't matter what shape these are. They can be round, they can be oval. Okay, that looks good. So this and a big salad for dinner. Who wouldn't be happy with that? What I love about this is it's creamy inside, and because they're baked, the top pasta gets really crunchy. It's just so good. So the last thing Johanne does is put a little bit of butter on the top of each one, and what that does is brown the pasta really well. I've never known anything that was hurt by having a little more butter on it. Into the oven, 500 degrees, a really hot oven, 7 to 10 minutes, and they're gonna come out crusty and brown on the top and bubbly inside. These are so good. And I mean, how easy was that? So that's Conchiglie al Forno. I have to taste it, don't I? Looks amazing from my friend Johanne Killeen. Wow. I love that my pasta journey started with Italian pasta from Providence, Rhode Island. You think this looks good? It is so incredibly delicious. I love the crunchy pasta, and you can really taste the shiitakes and the sort of bitterness of the radicchio. I'm definitely making this for Jeffrey. Mm.